So I'm just starting with this client of ours, Boera, and they're selling all sorts of like well-being equipment. And just to give you, yeah, I've tried a few already, obviously preparing for this. So yeah, you can look for a foot massager, and obviously that, or just foot massage actually, and then we'll bring up all the foot massagers as you can see, and then due to the product feed data that they've provided us with, we can create all these very specific filtering options. So you can really get down to very specific attributes, like whether this massager should be compatible with a specific device, or what type of battery does it have. And for another example, could be scale. Right, so if you're looking for a scale, and yeah, again, like lots of different battery compatibilities, but maybe you actually don't want a battery, right? So you don't want, yeah, you just don't want to bother with renewing your batteries. So you can filter by batteries not required. But the same thing, and then you're getting some mechanical scales, obviously. But you can, yeah, you can achieve the same thing by saying batteries, no batteries, right? So scale, no batteries would bring up the same exact result set without, the user really having to go and narrow down in the filter view. So yeah, that's just one of the kind of live examples of how we do that. And yeah, if we switch now back to the Cyclo360 control panel interface, I just wanted to go back to the foot massage example to also show you how you can really dive into your product details. And, even if you see some like arguably results that might not even fit the query, it's very easy to kind of look into this and say, okay, so massage foot warmer, does it really have a massage function? And then you kind of open this product detail inside of the Cyclo360 platform and look for the massage. And indeed, you can see that the massage function is there, right? So all of this data informs the search and yeah, makes the results clean and well, really relevant. But then, of course, as a customer, you can also modify and curate those result sets by applying different ranking strategies. And this is also something that integrating a product feed and different attributes that are important for your business logic can, yeah, that's something you can achieve doing that. So for example, this customer has this ranking strategy where, so let me go into this edit mode, where yeah, the product name number is important, but much more important is then like the search title is at least half of the importance of the ranking, and then yeah, so like another flag here. So the higher the product number, the better, and the real products before accessories, which means like an example could be like an iPhone. If someone types an iPhone, we shouldn't show iPhone cases because, well, the chances are that the customer is looking for the actual device rather than an accessory for it, as opposed to typing iPhone case, obviously shouldn't bring iPhones. So that's something that our search engine understands, and that's something you can also easily modify based on different parameters and business metrics that you choose. So now switching to another prospect customer of ours, they're using, yeah, we're collaborating on a different project. And so we've built like a product search demo for them as well. All this brand, Logitech. So we'll just go and look at what they have on their website and try looking for, let's say, yeah, Bluetooth keyboard. So, oh, yeah, there we go. I think you can see my tab now. Yeah, so yeah, if you are looking at Bluetooth keyboards on the Logitech website, then you can see easily that well, the first four are definitely keyboards, and they have Bluetooth in there. Most certainly, but then you quickly get the polluted results with Bluetooth headsets and speakers and even mice. So this is exactly what's happening when there's no understanding of the product categorization that Simon was talking about. So if we now switch to the Site 360 platform interface, and we can even do like keyboard, Bluetooth, misspell it a little bit, and we'll still get the results for keyboard Bluetooth correctly spelled, but more importantly, we would understand that it's the connectivity parameter that's important here. So, and you can see that there are really keyboards or like keyboard like built-in keyboards or different types of keyboards that are wireless. And then for the connectivity, as you can see, it was all automatically filtered to the Bluetooth. But if I just do keyboard, you'll see that there are other options here, right? So there's corded, USB receiver. So these were filtered out automatically for my previous query. Another good example would be, if you're looking for a mouse. So you obviously can get all types of mice here, and we have like an option to show these product variants with this kind of carousel view within the result card. But something that not every search engine would do is understand that if you're looking for red mice, then the results should really be filtered down to the red variant of every mouse, right? So like you can see that the product variants disappeared unless there's also some red in that variant. And and this way you really help your customers navigate your search results more efficiently. So if you try it on the Logitech website again, you wouldn't find those results whatsoever. So then just to demonstrate this Peter Rabbit example that Simon brought up, that would look like that, right? So that you would be able to include a banner. That's another way of promoting a specific page, right? It can be clickable and just redirect your searchers to a specific page. And how it's done is thanks to the result manager. So if I'm again switching to the Site 360 interface, so let me just dial back, you would find this under the result manager, and you just add another mapping. Well, this one has already been created, so let me just show you. And by typing in the query that that you're targeting, so the trigger that should return this or that result set, you just type this here, and then you can drag and drop. You can hide the products you don't want, but you can also do a few more things here. So I think a lot of you have known the result manager for a while, result mappings. They used to be called query mappings. So this is a brand new interface that we've introduced, and we've tried to make it more user-friendly and easy to manage. Although it's also become more powerful, and we'll be releasing more kind of supporting materials to help you navigate this. So maybe just to create one from scratch as an example, and talking about Easter. So let's do Easter 2022 is a query that we care about, right? So we type this as a search trigger, and we can do a 100% match, or we can do just like, for example, Easter, and then everything that contains the entire word for Easter. Just like you can choose a different matching type. And then it would also highlight if this trigger already exists, which it does, so it wouldn't let you create a duplicate trigger. So let's go back to Easter 2022. We'll load the results here, And you can see that there are a few actions available. The default one is customizing the results, right? It means just reordering per group or in the all results tab. Yeah, so that's something you can do. You can also set a specific date range, right? So for the Easter week, you might want to run a promotion, or you just want to show that banner for this 1 week instead of always. So this is something you can control. You can also filter the results, for example, by availability, right? Because it matters that promotion is only successful if the customers can really buy those things, right? So if it's available to order, or for example, you want to say, I don't want, I want to exclude the items that are no longer available. And yeah, and this would already trim down your result set to a more relevant list, sorry. So same things, like if you have, for example, some price data points set up, right? Or like, yeah, we read that price or like a sales price from your data feed. We can apply different sorting options and maybe order by cheapest first. And then your trigger could be like cheap Easter gifts, and then for everything, or just everything that says cheap, we could apply that sorting option starting with the cheapest product and then a raising in price. So that's just another idea how it can be used. Right, and then even, so let me remove the filter just to show you something else. We now have a few more things here. So blending results actually means, in simple terms, is just instead of this trigger, use this other thing, right? So for Easter 2022, you might want to be more specific, and you want to bring up Peter Rabbit results, and also Minty. This is another thing that we have here. So, and then yeah, then you're looking at those Minties and Winnie the Pooh and Peter Rabbits, and then you suddenly see that you have like so snowmen, which isn't in season. So you can also say, okay, everything that has snow, I want to remove, and then you remove those kind of incorrect matches, right? That, I mean, more specific ones that you've specified here. And then you can even append, which is like just add an absolutely like another result for, well, let's do, yeah, Winnie Evolution of Peter Rabbit. Yeah, I think it's been added to the very bottom, and then you can promote, right? Everything which is actually added to the bottom of the list can be easily promoted to the top by just clicking on this arrow, or hidden with this eye icon, or also obviously manually drag and drop to the position you like. So you can also pin certain things, and then only and limit the result set to the pinned results only, right? So that everything else gets hidden by default. Yeah, that's another thing you can do. And going into this custom banner. So how you do it is you'd click on this, either add a banner above the results. So yeah, we can actually do that to recreate what I've been showing just before. And obviously here I already have a few banners created. So I'll just do this Peter Rabbit banner, insert and save, and just reload let's just do this Easter 2022. Here we go. So here's the banner again, right? And the 3 pinned results are at the top. Yeah, and the others because I have not excluded them. And alternatively, you can show the banner or a custom result within the result set, right? So if you don't want it to be so, if you don't want it to stand out so much, you can actually kind of sneak it into the result set. For example, this, yes, sorry, just let's dial back in a second. So let's try the Easter 2022. As I was just, sorry, I forgot to share this tab. Yeah, so as I tapped in the trigger I've just configured, I can see the banner above the results and the 3 pinned results at the top. And if I try this other one, where my custom result is actually snuck into the result sets, and it's actually a video, right? So it doesn't only have to be a banner, it can be any type of result, a PDF, a web page. So this is, again, something you can do with the result manager. And the way you would manage those custom results is in this specific tab. And when you create one, you can either just like fill out this template. It would automatically match the your other result. Yeah, the template that you're using for your search results, like by default, the default is search 61. You can provide your custom HTML here. So you would do that from here, add a custom result, fill out the template, or provide the code, or the video, or the document. Yeah, so you have a few options right here. And yeah, that was a quick dive into the result manager. And yeah, maybe there are any questions on that just before I talk a little bit about how to integrate the feed and where you would find that option.
So there was a question from Scott, if the filters were built from the index data. So yeah, that's right. So of course, the filters for the faceted search, what you usually have on the left-hand side of the search results to narrow down the search results, are somehow based on the different attributes which come into the engine. Yeah. So one option would be that the attributes would be within the data feed, let's say a CSV file, or if we would use our custom importer framework, it's coming somewhere from an XML or API, or we could also pick it up with our crawler. Yeah, so of course, you know the data point capabilities of our crawler engine, so you can pick up dedicated data points, as Olesa is showing it right here, let's say from your blog, the release date, or the author, or maybe a topic, somehow something like a category, and then later you can configure this as a filter. And it's not only the filter which you can show then on the left-hand side of the search results to let the user narrow down the search result, it's also usable then in the result manager. So you can filter down whatever set you put together by initial queries to certain attributes and values you have in mind, as we see it over here. Yeah, so in this example, you could then look what kind of attributes are interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so create like the lightest Peter Rabbit coin, or whatever your intention is here. Obviously, right, like I think the example I was talking about, and I'm not sure I'm just sharing my screen at the moment. So if the trigger is cheap, right, and so like contains entire word, cheap, anything, then you can apply. Yeah, you can either have a random price bucket. You can say that for me, cheap, like for my store, or like this specific product, right? So you can also make it a specific type of product, cheap something. So the value should be like maximum 100, as opposed to if we're talking about, say, fridges, then it would be rather yeah, the values would be different. So right, but you would know what price bucket would apply in your case. Or you could also just say when someone types cheap, instead of limiting the customer to a specific price bucket, I just want to sort my products from low to high, right? And so this way we start with the cheapest ones, and then we go further down, and the price goes up. And actually here, I don't know if you've noticed those new icons. You can always like modify this, just, to be able to navigate those results in the preview more easily.
This is very helpful indeed.
Yeah, so you can actually like see the data points. So see, check that, okay, this is actually the price 10 as opposed to, price 1,000. So the assortment was applied correctly. Yeah, and you can even have more products per page now, so that this helps you navigate your own results faster.
Okay. So there was another question of Francisco. There was the question if or what needs to be done to enable the semantic search engine on a currently non-semantic account. So yeah, that's a very good question. Alessia, what do you think?
Well, with every participant and everyone who registered, basically offering our dedicated support. So first of all, you can go and you'll be redirected to our Site Search 360 page, where you can sign up for an e-commerce project, right? So this is a special functionality that has to be added to your account, but we suggest you try it out kind of in a separate test project so that it doesn't have an impact on the current live search. And then we can basically, like if you'd like to switch, and then we can obviously add this functionality to your live project and then discuss a new pricing offer. Yeah, and so that'll be some nice price offers for the participants of this webinar for sure.
Exactly. So please try it out. Yeah, start a new trial account and enable the e-commerce feature. So the ontology applies directly on e-commerce projects. For everything else, please get in contact with us. Okay. Yeah. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, just a quick addition, right? So like once you have this enabled in the data sources, you will see this new tab, which is a feed importer, right? And that's where, well, it's obviously a feed here now. What you would start with is just an option between a file upload and an automated feed. So we recommend just trying it out with a simple CSV. We'll send a link to the documentation article, which outlines the requirements for a CSV feed. So you can import and then map your feed fields, like field names, to just do a little bit of a mapping so that you will be able to simply click here and select, for example, for this price. Well, actually, I just need to change the mapping. Yeah, so for example, yeah, you'll see something like that. So mapping the name, so you just type name, or maybe you have like a product title instead. So in this case, I think, yeah, it is title. And so you just do a little, like a quick mapping between the fields that we apply here and your data feed, and then we import it, and then you can test the search. So.
Yeah, also there's also a new section called preparation, where you can prepare your data. I think this is also very important because for you to get the data optimized in a certain way for the search. Yeah, because sometimes we have things which are comma separated, but are actually already independent on a different line for a different item. Then it makes sense to prepare the data for the search as best as possible, or excluding HTML. This is also a huge topic. Data points come in with HTML included. Let's say the description. You can automatically apply our HTML cleaner and then reuse certain terms, let's say for filtering.
And if you have any questions on that, because we are getting into the data cleanup, right? And this can be quite a heavy topic. Just reach out to us, and we'll have our experts.
Perfect. Okay. So there was another question. If the solution can be used for indexing like millions of documents, like usual call center documents someone on the phone would answer questions for, and then of course applying filters to it. So yes, of course, you could use Site Search 360 the same way as you would use, let's say, Elasticsearch Solar or any other commercial competitor. Yeah. So we have the possibility to scale the solution very high and very large up. So there's currently no limit. We have a limit for the automatic signups. Yeah, so you won't be able to index multi-million document project into a new project which was created via the free sign up. So please get in contact if you have large numbers of documents, then we make it possible. Okay, then there's another question from John. Do you offer semantic keywords to be used in the content? Yeah, and yeah, that's also a very important question. Right now, of course, we use the ontology also to enrich the content as far as possible. Of course, we have certain areas covered with the ontology, the different categories. Not like the whole world knowledge is yet in our ontology. But Olesya has already opened the dictionary, because this is a possibility where you can enrich your content.
Yeah, and just a quick note on that. You have actually two types of dictionary entries that you can create. So there's supertype with subtypes, and that's actually one of the confusing ones sometimes from what we hear. So in the case of this royal mint, right? So you could have like some sovereign coins, and or the word royalty can be a supertype, and the subtypes would be queen, prince, etc. Right? So that means that if someone's looking for royalty coins, all the coins that, like the queen, the king, the prince, and princess coins would come up in search results. However, if someone's looking for specifically, like a princess Diana coin, then it would exclude all the the other types, because well, the intent is more precise. So if you have this kind of relationship, you can use this supertype versus subtype. And otherwise, for synonyms, you can, this is a very large field, right? So you can really, say Queen Elizabeth, Lizzie, corgi lover. So they can be as specific and as custom as you want them to be. You're basically just associating different terms with each other. And sometimes common misspellings can be used here as well, although for that we do recommend, like if there's like some misspelling that our default dictionary hasn't caught, there's something you can add as a mapping. Let's do like Bluetooth, because that probably wouldn't be recognized. So that's meant for Bluetooth, right? You can just say, okay, I want, instead of customizing results, I want to rewrite this trigger into Bluetooth, and that would also work as a correction this way. I mean, obviously for a different website than this one, but you see what I mean. And actually, just to finish with the result manager, the third option would be redirecting to a specific page, right? So this is something that might be useful if you want to direct the customers to a specific page for a particular query.
Yeah, that's also a very important option, right? Redirecting to certain pages which are already prepared for a certain topic. Yeah. Okay, there's not much time left, but I wanted to quickly go over the last two questions we have here. So one is from Jeanette: is this feature specifically for e-commerce sites only? So it depends a little bit, I would say. Yeah, of course, the main focus, especially with the ontology, is to provide a good search for e-commerce websites. Of course, the intent of e-commerce websites is to make money, and classification and extraction has a direct impact on the KPIs, but this is not limited to that. Okay, there's not much time left, but I wanted to quickly go over the last two questions we have here. So one is from Jeanette: is this feature specifically for e-commerce sites only? So it depends a little bit, I would say. Yeah, of course, the main focus, especially with the ontology, is to provide a good search for e-commerce websites. Of course, the intent of e-commerce websites is to make money, and classification and extraction has a direct impact on the KPIs, but this is not limited to that. Of course, any other website has a different meaning of converting a user. Library, the conversion is not that someone buys a book, it's that someone found the book which they want to rent there. So the conversion topic is just different. But of course, providing a good search for your visitors is always the same. And then from Andreas, there was a question about GDPR. It depends a little bit on the project, of course. Usually we index only things which are like public available. So when you have a website and you want to make things searchable there, then of course the information is already there. Nevertheless, we are compliant with that. This is something you can also read on our website. There are the privacy terms. You find everything regarding this topic over there. Okay, so I think that was the last question. Any other question? Okay, so thanks everyone for joining today's session. It was very nice to have you here. If there are any questions in the end you want to come up with, please let us know. And we have our support hotline, of course, always available for you. Mail at sitesearch360.com or email Alessia or me, and we are happy to help to get your project running. Or is there anything you want to add?
No, just please keep your questions coming through our support channels. We have a live chat. We have the mailbox, mail@sitesearch360.com, which is the primary source of contact with our wonderful support team. Always there. So if you have any questions or you're not sure, especially about the product feed integration, because that could be tricky, and if you're not used to working with data feeds, so that's something we won't leave you alone with. Yes, please do share your feedback about the webinar as well, so that we can, if you found it useful, maybe a quick question. Was that useful today? Was it new? Was that interesting? Would you like to have other webinars in the future similar to this, or maybe diving into a specific feature? So anything you'd like to us to know, please do share. It's available for us to make it better. Oh, I think, Simon, this time you're on mute.
All right. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Have a nice afternoon.
I'm sorry for the technical issues. That's one of the things we'll improve in the future. Have a nice day, everyone. Thanks for your time.
Bye-bye.